A homophobia is basically, yeah, a disagreement, or more than a disagreement, it is a form of hate. It is a social evil that needs to go. It needs to go. Why? Because at the end
For
of the day, as I
sure.
said, if I'm against racism, I'm against sexism, and I'm against homophobia. Because at the end of the day, it is treating another fellow human being differently. You can be of whatever gender, you can be of whatever sexuality, but if you are a human being and you are being treated differently, I'm against it. Okay. Homophobia is a legitimate thing. There are people
So,
who are severe. Yes, yeah, go for it.
no, in fact, what I'm talking about is that when
Mhm.
you have someone who's yours on your side, someone who actually supports the rights of the LGBTQ community. Take someone like J.K. Rowling, for example, who
Yeah.
came under a lot of fire, was called transphobic because she said that she
Yeah.
believed that there are two genders. Essentially, that was what she said. She said, in fact, she didn't even say that. She said that biological sex is a reality. That was the point she was trying to make. And because of that one viewpoint, she's now labeled transphobic. Now, I completely agree with you when you said that homophobia is a real thing. But when you go around labeling everyone a homophobic, then the actual homophobic people pretty much get a cover to excuse their actions. And I really think this is doing more harm than good to society.
So, in a way, Hriday, over here, it does show. So, for example, now if I'm just, let's say I'm an average person with an internet connection and I'm reading people get hate for using certain words. Okay. Facebook 2014, 2013. If you go and check the kind of posts that used to come up over there, they were very, very, like, they would use very homophobic words, right? Like um, using words, like, using the word homo itself was an insult, which is very wrong, which is
Yeah.
very wrong, right? But even when we were teenagers and we would use that word as an insult, we innocently didn't mean any disrespect to the LGBTQ community. But now we realize that it's bad to do all those things. So we stopped. And I kind of have the internet to thank for that. If it weren't for the internet, I wouldn't realize, I wouldn't get the chance to go and educate myself. This is a very important phrase that I'm using, which is very, very, very important. Go and educate yourself. It's, go and educate yourself is a very, very important term. It's not about, because everything is out there. If you want to fix a couple of views that you think are problematic, or if you think are backwards, you can make your way to the internet. You can listen to speakers. You can listen to other people's opinions. You can tune into such podcasts where people will change the way you think. But you need to make that first step. You need to be patient enough to go there and change your opinion. Reading one person's tweet or story shouldn't impact your mentality. It should be more than that. You have to dig deeper. Okay. I have always read that homophobia is bad, or any form of hate crime is bad. But when I read more about it, when I read about a lot of instances, when I saw a lot of instances on social media, when I saw multiple posts and articles, that gave me the chance to educate myself. And when people like J.K. Rowling go out there and say that there are only two biological genders or sexes or whatever, it just shows which era she comes from. She's not a Gen Z born in 2001 or anything like that, right? She is still, she's old. J.K. Rowling's old. I don't know how old she is, but she's old. She's probably in
In her
her
50s.
late 50s or 60s. Yeah, she's old. I know for a fact that, I mean, I don't know her personally, but calling someone homophobic or transphobic, it's a very big tag. Calling someone homophobic or transphobic on the basis of a tweet, it's a very, very, very big tag, right? Like, just like we were discussing, if let's say Hriday didn't post a story supporting Black Lives Matter, वो racist हो गया. How can you give someone such a big tag on the basis of one thing or one story they said. And there are so many celebrities who come out and they say that, how can I be homophobic? I have done so and so and so and so and so for the LGBTQ community. I have done so and so and so and so for this, for that, for this. And then it becomes a matter of defending themselves. But it's too late because people only want to see attack. No one wants to see defense. Very honestly, I have barely seen defensive Twitter posts or defensive responses ever get enough traction